Have you just been standing there the entire time? Okay, cool. You haven't moved. Just don't move. It's fine. Hi!
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Indeed I have.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
Where do I put the nails?
The nails in.
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
I'm gonna re-remember this just to re-ask this just so that I can remember the exact combination that she picked.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6.
Bethlehem
The
2,
iris opened
6.
a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom.
Okay, I get that. I got it. Relax.
Or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
I can begin.
My turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
All right, cross in. And now, nails. Let's figure out what's going on. Wait, what? That's it? I just see it.
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
Okay, good. Thanks. Put the cross in.
The cross is stuck in the mechanism. I can't do anything.
I wasn't trying to do anything. All right.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
Okay. Refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas. Let's look at towns. Bethlehem is
Chapter
what
2,
she chose.
Verse 6.
Verse 6.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph
Jesus' birth.
on the 22nd
Okay, so if
table
I'm
at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
okay, so here's the thing. I am thinking that this is supposed to be the death. I am thinking that I'm supposed to find the death of Jesus. Go back to the lexicon. Towns. Next towns?
Chapter 24, verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
Okay, so I think what they're telling me is soon what I'm going to end up doing. Okay, well, anyways, I think I can check themes, right? Yeah. Yeah. If I check, wait. Resurrection. Miracles, birth, Trinity. Crucifixion. I think that's the one that I'm going with. But I think, based on the fact, need several items in order to open it. I'm going to need the Gutenberg Bible, the Exegesis of Judas, the Armillary Sphere. I think what I'm going to need to do is look at the crucifixion, look for a location in the exegesis, go to the Gutenberg Bible with that knowledge, I think. So let's check this.
Chapter 19
verse 17.
Jesus was
I
crucified
don't have
on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a
place near Jerusalem.
The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Okay, team. Got a pen and paper. Read it again.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
In Jerusalem. So, chapter 19, verse 17, 8th of Nisan, 3793. Let's go back to the lexicon. Let's look at towns. Let's look at next towns, Jerusalem.
Chapter
look at both.
14, verse 22.
For 1422.
Nisan 3700.
7th, day before.
Jesus.
This is the Last Supper. Okay.
Cynical in Jerusalem.
And if I instead look towns, next towns, Jerusalem.
Chapter
5, verse 2.
Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
This is one way to learn the Bible, to be completely honest. Okay, so that's a miracle. And then that was a miracle in Jerusalem. Though one of the issues is they did say that go back. Themes, this
19,
crucifixion happened
verse
near
17.
Jerusalem.
Jesus was crucified on the 8th
In a
of
place
Nisan,
near Jerusalem. I want to double check
3793,
that there
in
isn't
place near
a
Jerusalem.
town outside
The
of
Romans put a
Jerusalem.
crown of thorns on his head.
I want to double check that there isn't a town outside of Jerusalem that he was specifically crucified at.
Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash.
Okay, cool.
Chapter 2,
That was birth.
verse 6.
Yep.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
Okay. Towns, Bethesda was miracle, right?
Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on
Jerusalem,
the 8th of
at the
Adar,
pool of Bethesda.
3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
Okay. Towns, Jordan.
Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in
Okay.
Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852.
And then lexicon, towns, next towns. 9?
Chapter 7, verse 11. Jesus went to Nain.
Cool.
Chapter 2, verse 2. Publius Sulpicius Quirinius was born in Lanuvium.
Oh, okay, that doesn't help me. And one last one.
Chapter 24, verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead.
That's the resurrection. I think we're doing the crucifixion because we're specifically dealing with
a halo above his head.
one thing that I want to check before we do this. This is okay. I'm worried. I've been focusing on the crucifixion because I'm dealing with nails in the door. But this is depicting the birth of Jesus. We're gonna change it up. Oh, we're gonna change it up. Okay. All right. We're gonna assume that Mother was smart and knew the birth of Jesus was the correct one. Based on the image. The birth of Jesus themes birth.
Chapter 2, verse 6.
2 verse 6.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem.
22nd of Taveth, 3762 in Bethlehem. We're going back to the lexicon. We're going to check out Bethlehem.
Chapter
2 verse 6.
Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph.
Okay, so it's the exact same thing regardless of
midnight, 3000.
it's just indexing it differently.
In the village of Bethlehem.
But we're going to need the Gutenberg Bible.
Chapter 2, verse 6. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered of a child. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid.
I don't understand how I got more information from the Gutenberg Bible. I don't understand how we gained additional information from the Gutenberg Bible. That being said, the '22 Teveth. Eight Nisan is 8 Nisan 3. Let's talk to Mom again.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Okay, I'm
Well,
stuck back
although
in
I had
this.
made some unfortunate
Okay, so
choices,
she
I was
took the
lucky
birth
in
of
that
Christ,
Mortimer
just
was
like I
very
was thinking.
solid
I think
dose.
it's
I raided his supplies of medicine.
the crucifixion. Okay, I think it's the crucifixion. Let's go look at the puzzle here, see what our options are. Right now I have 19. Are we? Okay, let's analyze the fresco.
The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Notice the details. Yeah, absolutely. We'll use 2 effort points.
See that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N, R, I. Nothing more.
Understand the acronym.
Why, of course. They're part of the initials INRI that you can find on the cross of Jesus at his crucifixion.
Okay, so it is crucifixion. That's what I thought. That's what I totally thought. Analyze the whole door.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Let's find out how it works. Yeah.
There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category.
Yep, I agree there. Let's read the inscription.
Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals.
Okay. Didn't learn anything else new.
These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ.
Oh, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. Okay. All right. Back to the book. Themes. Crucifixion.
19, verse 17.
1917.
Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17.
Which is the same.
He, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him.
Okay.
And 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Okay. All right. So, crucifixion. The crucifixion happened in Golgotha. In chapter 19, verse 17. Oh dear God, Golgotha. 19, which is XIV. No. XIX. 19. 17. Oh God, please don't kill me. Wait. Okay. Okay.
It works.
Well done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Okay. Analyze the inside wheels.
There must surely be a connection between the wheels.
Analyze the wheels of the icon.
Icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels.
Ask for advice first.
What do you think?
As I told you, I didn't get that far.
Well, then think.
Nevertheless,
Help me.
these icons do represent moments in the life of Christ.
Okay. Analyze the number of icons.
Given the difference between the number of icons and the number of towns, I think that only one path connects all the wheels with one another. Let's try to connect the theme I've chosen with the rest.
Okay. So, we're looking at... I wanna see what is in... Okay, so this one is crucifixion. This one is resurrection. This one is baptism. Okay, so let's... I think what I need to do is I need to move this one over to here because that's Golgotha. And I don't know what the piece necessarily is. But potentially something over here is baptism and something over there is resurrection? I don't know. We could take a look. Let's check the wheels of the date.
Several symbols made up of 1 or 2 figures and 1 letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April.
Okay, so I need to figure out what
These symbols must represent a specific date.
Yep. So that one's going to be the date of the crucifixion is what I'll line that up with. And then analyze the wheels of the moon.
Represents the different moons.
Let's check symbols of the moon.
We represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful.
Did it help me with anything?
In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful.
Associated with something harmful. I'm gonna analyze the moons here because from what I'm thinking is this cycle of the moon has to be the cycle of the moon whenever all these things occurred, which I don't know. We'll figure out how we're gonna have to figure that out. I think that's gonna be using the using the sphere, but we'll take a try at this.
Moon corresponds to the new moon, so going clockwise, we have the waning crescent,
half,
the waning gibbous, the full moon, the waxing gibbous,
yeah,
the first quarter, and lastly, the waxing crescent.
Yeah, I knew that, but thanks for reminding me. Not putting it in my hand, not yet. Okay, so first things first, I want to check out the levels. Check all the levers. Let's turn the wheels of the icons. First things I want to do, that. I want to check to see if this is the crucifixion and it's lined up with the place. Now the question is no. The if I'm remembering correctly, the baptism didn't occur in Abu Ghosh, it occurred in Bethesda, and wait, what? There's nails, which would be crucifixion. Would that not be? Let's see if those line up better with verse numbers. Let's see if that lines up better with verse numbers. So I have to go completely around Bethlehem. Jerusalem, Jordan, no. No, I can't line that up. let's check if I just had the wrong symbol here. So this is now Golgotha and the spike lined up. Nothing else is lined up. Birth is in Bethlehem. Well, okay, hold on, wait. Oh, that ain't right. Let's check out resurrection theme. Thematics, resurrection.
Chapter 24, verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of
In
December,
Nazareth.
3793 in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
Uh-huh.
Chapter 24.
That is, I wanted to continue.
Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793 in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head.
So now I want to check out what, I mean, Bethlehem's birth, Bethesda? I don't understand the egg. At least it looks like an egg. Right? Bethesda?
Chapter 5,
That,
verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791
Miracles?
in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
which you would think would be
Chapter
canes,
5,
right? No, I didn't mean to
verse
click.
2.
I keep on clicking. I think that's the back one.
Cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791 in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
Okay, let's go back to the lexicon. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. It has crucifixion, right? I think I can count that as miracles. And I think I can count resurrection as Nazareth being correct. So let's go and check out dates. Dates are this button. So 8 Nisan and 8 Nisan 3 are different, and specifically crucifixion was 8 Nisan 3793. 14 Nisan 3793, which should be resurrection, right? So let's check. April 29. Wait a minute. Okay, so the first set of dates, and I don't have a cursor in order to show this. The first set of dates doesn't go over 31, so it has to be month, a year? A day, month, year. Sorry. So our two options. Oh, okay. Wait. So, the 1st of April and the 26th of March 33. Okay, so it's 26M is what we're trying to change the this pattern to. So let's check the wheel of dates. 26M, it's already there. Okay, cool. So now I have to figure out, and 3rd of July, that ain't right. It should be 1st of April. 26M, that's 29S? Do we really see 29S there? Yeah, I really see 29S. I guess September, but... Alright, 26M. Gimme. Now I need to figure out moon stuff. Anything? Study the sphere.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states. Waxing crescent, first quarter,
Waxing gibbous, full moon.
full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon.
Okay. And that's totally fair. And I just need to figure out what moon they had during crucifixion.
The moon shadow moves from west to east.
That's right. Thanks. Shoot. Okay, so we're saying 8 Nisan, March 26th, 7 Shaban of minus 607. 7 Shaban minus 607.
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
Okay. Now, shadow goes. Which way does the shadow go? One more time. Sorry, I'm apologizing.
The moon shadow moves from west to east.
Moon shadow moves from west to east. So, if I'm not mistaken, the shadow is moving more east if we go clockwise, which means that... Wait, did it already tell me whenever I was looking at here? Analyze the inside wheels, specifically analyze the wheel of the moons. I'm pretty sure what I need is the first quarter, which is currently to the left.
The totally black moon corresponds to the...
I understand that.
So
Clockwise, we have...
We have the waning crescent, the last quarter.
The last quarter. Yes, it's moving over to the left right now. We need to turn the wheel one more time. Okay, this took a while, but we'll get it.
Crescent.
I like it. All right. Let's go back to the main menu. Leave. We good? Turn the moons. Nailed it. If everything works out fine. Let's pray for my hand. I think we've got it.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Golgotha, the spike, $26M, and the first quarter.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Mama, can you just do this one? Also, isn't Mama's hand still in here? Wish me luck. I'm sorry. We got our hand cut off, but I may or may not have played through the entire level and realized that I'm dumb. And realized that I'm dumb. That isn't a nail. That isn't a nail. The thing that mostly matches with the crucifixion is the crown of thorns. We're gonna give this a go again, but we're pulling out our arm if we get a quick time event. Please.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Please.
I never doubt
Hey!
my son.
Big head. I died the first time. I got it the second time. Sorry about the alarm. I needed to have a hand for where we were going, team. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
you.